So guys, in the first video, we are going to just understand the rules and regulations for your examination, what will be your exam mode and the scores and all that stuff, how much you need to pass, etc. etc. So your CMA US part 1, uh, so if you see the exam guide here, so your mode of examination, the exam will be an online examination, as in it will be a computer based examination. You'll have to give your exam on the system. So it will be remotely proctored, as in there will be a web camera and there will be a mic where whatever you are doing will be virtually evaluated by someone sitting in US, UK or anywhere else. So the exam score, the examination as a whole will be for 500 marks and there will be 4 hours for the examination. So you have to score at least 360 marks to pass the examination. So which is nothing but 72% of your entire exam. So normally, if you take CPA or if you take ACCA or if you take CA, the pass rates vary somewhere between 40 to 60. But whereas for CMA US, the minimum score required to pass the exam is 72%, which is why this is one of the most difficult examinations across the globe. So the examination structure, so your CMA part 1 exam will be consisting of 100 MCQ questions and 2 essays, which are nothing but scenario based questions. So you'll have 100 multiple choice questions, no fill in the blanks and all, 100 multiple choice questions and 2 scenario based essay questions. Now what do we mean by scenario based essay question? So for you to understand this scenario based essay questions, what will happen is they'll tell you that there is this company X, so some XYZ factors are going on in that particular company. So in this company, what will happen if TQM strategy is implemented, or what will happen if JIT strategy is implemented, or what could be the difference between marginal costing versus absorption costing in this particular company, give the advantages and disadvantages of zero based budgeting. Like this, for a given scenario, a couple of questions will be asked. This is called a scenario based testing. All right. I know you'll not be able to understand all the strategies and other techniques that I have explained here, but yeah, once we go on to the syllabus area, you will be able to understand those things. Now, what about the first 100 MCQs that are there in the examination? So out of your total 4 hours of the exam, 3 hours will be allocated for multiple choice questions, 1 hour will be allocated for your 2 scenario based questions. Now coming to the 100 MCQs, there is a little complication in this. Just stick with me, I'll explain you in detail. So out of this 100 MCQs, this will constitute of 75% of your total score, as in out of your total 500 marks exam, 75% will be allocated for your multiple choice questions, which is nothing but 375 marks. Okay, so remaining 125 will be allocated for your 2 scenario based questions. Now out of this 375 marks, you need to score at least 50% to go to the scenario based questions. So first what will happen, sir, you will have 100 MCQ questions. Out of those 100 MCQ questions, unless you get 50% of them correct, out of 100, 50% of them correct, then only you will move on to the scenario based questions. Otherwise you will not move on to the scenario. Your exam will immediately stop at the multiple choice questions and they'll kick you out of the exam, simply speaking. So now comes the confusing part for most of the students. Out of this 100 MCQs, only 90 will be graded, as in you will be given 100 questions, but score marks will be allocated only for 90 questions. That means 10 questions that are there in the syllabus will not be corrected. Even though it is there in the exam, those 10 questions will not be graded, those 10 questions will not be corrected. So technically only 90 questions will be corrected. So your 375 marks are allocated only for 90 questions, not for 100. So what happens to those 10 questions? Why are they there in the exam? See, they are there in the exam because they are testing. So IMA is basically testing you those 10 questions to understand whether students will be able to answer these kind of questions or not, and based on that review they'll be adding those 10 questions to the next examination window based upon the students performance. Okay, so immediately what students will do is 375 marks divided by 90 questions. So that means each question should be let me take check calculate it, 375 divided by 90. So immediately you'll be like each question is for 4.17 marks. Wrong. Guys, please be very careful. CMA examination, IMA has never disclosed the weightage or scores for each MCQ. Some MCQs are for 10 marks, some MCQs are for 2 marks, some MCQs are for 5 marks. You never know what is the score for each MCQ. You might think, sir, I got some 10 very easy MCQs, sir. Good, they will be only given 2 marks. You might have got some very difficult MCQ. It is taking 10 minutes or 15 minutes. No problem. It might be for 10 marks. You never know. So please don't think all the MCQs will have this equal weightage. No. So you will have 100 MCQs, out of which only 90 will be graded. 10 will be just there for testing purpose, evaluation purpose. So out of this 90, you'll have to get at least 50% correct to proceed to the scenario based questions. So total score for MCQ section will be 375 marks. All right. Now coming to the scenario based questions. So again in this scenario based questions, you have 1 hour. So remaining 75% is in MCQ. So 25% will be for scenario based questions, which is 500 into 25, 125. And in each scenario, you will again get 4 to 6 questions. As I told you earlier, each scenario will be again broken down into 4 or 6 scenario based questions. Again, don't think that, sir, 125 marks, 2 scenarios, each scenario will be 62.5 marks. Wrong. It won't work out like that. It might be one scenario out of this 125. First scenario is for 80 marks, second scenario is for 45 marks, or first scenario is for 60 marks, second scenario for 65, or first scenario 75 marks, second scenario 50 marks. Sir, you don't know. IMA will never disclose the exact weightage. Till now, they haven't done it. So in total, 75% for MCQs, 25% for essays. That is what we know. And you need to score at least 360 to clear your examination, which is 72% of the total score. All right. Now comes the question, sir. 100 MCQs, 3 hours, you said. What if I complete it in 2.5 hours? I completed in 2.5 hours. No problem. You can immediately proceed to scenario based. Then total time is 4 hours, out of which 2.5 hours you have used in MCQs. So 1.5 hour will be there for scenario based. If you complete this in 2 hours, then 2 hours will be available in scenario based questions. So total time will be 4 hours. You can utilize it as you wish. But there is a catch here. There is a condition here. Once you unlock the scenario based essays or scenario based part of the examination, once you go on to the essays section, you cannot go back to MCQs. MCQs, once you submit, that section will be closed. So once you submit this MCQ section and proceed to essays, you cannot go back to MCQs. So before submitting it, please be very careful. Check twice before submitting it. All right. So in MCQs, if you do not score at least 50%, sir, what will happen? Scenario based section will not even open in the exam. They'll say thank you and they'll ask you to come back for the exam again. And then they'll send you an evaluation in which area of the syllabus you have done well, which area of the syllabus you haven't performed well. They'll be sending you one evaluation, but you will not be getting the essay based part at all. So please be very careful. And the condition is minimum 50% MCQ should be answered correctly to proceed to your essay section. So this is your examination guide for CMA US part 1. Okay, now some another important terms and conditions. Let me tell you what you need to do before going for the examination. Please carry your valid ID proofs. And I said proofs, not proof. Okay, So for Indian students, your Aadhaar card will not be considered as a valid ID proof because Aadhaar card does not have your signature. Please do not carry Aadhaar card as your ID proof. They will not accept it. Sir, what should I carry? Please carry your PAN. Okay. Please carry your voter ID. Please carry your passport. Better you carry at least two or three. Even though they ask only one, please carry at least two or three. I would recommend carrying the passport, sir. Passport would have your photo, it will have your number, it will have your signature. So passport is the most preferred one. If you do not have passport, please carry both PAN and voter. Sir, what if I don't have a PAN? Get it instantly. Income tax department is providing it for free instantly. You will get it within 10-15 minutes on your email. So go and enroll for yourself on the income tax website and get yourself a PAN if you don't have one. Second condition, please do not carry anything to the exam hall. They don't let you carry anything except you are only allowed to carry these things, sir. One, calculator. Yes, scientific calculator can be carried, no problem. And they don't allow you to carry any rough sheets. They will give you two A4 sheets in the examination hall. So they'll give you two A4 sheets. Sir, what if two are not sufficient? I use the entire rough space. I need 5 sheets. Okay, they'll take this two away and they'll give you another two. Do not carry a pen. They will not let you carry a pencil. They'll give you pencil. That only you have to use. Okay. Don't carry any kind of mobile phones, etc., to the exam hall because yes, they'll give you one locker. You have to put everything inside that. They will not let you carry that inside. And what about any kind of gold ornaments or anything like that? Try to restrict that as much as possible. Only carry the most essential ones. What about water bottles, sir? Yes, you can carry a water bottle provided it is fully transparent. There should not be any kind of labels or stickers or anything on that. It has to be purely transparent. Okay, that only will be allowed inside the exam hall. And please carry your hall ticket. We'll call it exam docket, whatever you are accustomed. Hall ticket or exam docket, please carry that to your exam center. Only these things are allowed. Sir, what about Muslim students who are wearing hijab? No problem, you can wear, ma, there will not be any issue, but they'll have to check your ID identification. So you will have to take off your burqa while verification of your ID. Okay, so keep that in mind. They'll have to make sure that the face matches, so they'll ask you to prove yourself, that is there. And apart from that, there will be biometric verification and all that stuff, so be prepared. At least go to the exam hall 1 hour before your scheduled time. Sir, why 1 hour, sir? What am I supposed to do there? Nothing, just go there so that you'll have any buffer time to relax yourself. Don't go in a rush to the exam hall and then start getting panic attacks and all. Be relaxed on the day of exam. Go there 1 hour before the examination itself. All right, so these are the most important conditions that I want to let you guys know before starting with the curriculum. All right, so in the next video we are going to see the content of the syllabus and what are the sections and all that stuff. So I hope this entire thing is clear for you. In case you have any doubts, please let me know. You can drop a comment if you are watching this on YouTube, or if you are watching this on any other platforms, you might have my contact details. You can definitely ping me there. All right, so this is about your CMA examinations. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care, keep smiling, bye bye.